Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for having coffee with me at the art table. Today I'm going to do another dirty cup pour on my with acrylic paints on my record. I have another record I want to paint, and this time I tried something different. I put a piece of tape where the hole is because I don't want the other paint to really leak on the other side. I kind of want that more clear, but I'm just going to see how that turns out. I even thought about taking the tape off and putting a pencil in there and then trying to hold it and spin the record. But we'll do that experiment another day. Right now, what I'm going to do is I stirred my gesso. Everybody calls it something different. And I want to prime the record on this side, even though I did put a clear coat of the gloss medium, acrylic gloss medium on there. And I want to prime it anyway because I really want the paint to stick. So I've mixed up my paints because I know that's the long, boring part. And I don't want, sometimes I feel like if you guys end up fast forwarding, you might miss some important information that I have for you. So I want to go ahead and mix those paints up already. So I'll tell you what I've got. I've got my burnt umber, and I mixed two other colors together, like a vanilla ice cream, which is kind of a yellowy, mixed with a light mocha, which is kind of a more of a cream colored. And I mixed those two together and I got this color, and it's pretty good. I like that color. Then I have a turquoise, and then I have an electric blue, which is really pretty. And keep in mind, these are just Walmart paints, except I do, for my transparent, I did use some airbrush paint that I have in like an orange. And I mixed a little bit of white in there, a little cream, so I can make it kind of tangerine-y, because the person that's going to have this particular painting has a little bit of tangerine going on in their room. So they requested for a splash of tangerine. So I'm going to pour this on there and let that dry, and we will get started. So in my paints, I have mixed in the water, some acrylic gloss medium, and of course I used my duster to clean the area first, and I had my silicone in the two colors of blue and the chocolate, the cream color that I have, the chocolate, my burnt umber, and one blue, just to see what it turns out like. And then of course I have some metallic gold that I'm going to use for the extra little design. And I'm not really, don't even care if I get a lot of cells on this one. This is all experimenting fun, like I said, and it's really fun doing it. I really do find my zen zone. But I just like messing around with it to see what kind of designs we can come up with. I actually have my straw out this time too, and I had mixed in chocolate colored burnt umber with some water in a squirt bottle. So if I'm not liking the design as I go, I can squirt some more chocolate on top, because the request for this painting was mainly chocolatey. And so I can squirt some on top and kind of sway it back and forth and see what I can get out of it. And then I can blow with the straw to see it, make it more spread out. And actually that's really fun to do when I do ocean waves and stuff. The straw is perfect for that. And actually when I do a nebula, when I do stars and stuff like that, I have like about 6 different ways to add stars. So that's really cool. I'll show you one of those paintings one day too. Okay, well, let's let this dry and I'll be back. Okay, it's dry. The primer's dry. We're ready to go. And I put all the paints in the cup. I can actually see some cells in there. Can you guys see that? That looks pretty. Oh, wow. I can't wait to see what we get from this one. Okay, a couple things I want to tell you really quick. When you do paint, make sure you guys shake up your Floetrol really good, because the Floetrol is what I put in all the paints, like a spoonful or 2 in each one. But I shake the Floetrol up first, because that really helps flow through the paint, and it helps it flow on your piece or whatever. And also, I wanted to tell you that I put some Elmer's glue in each of the paints, probably about almost a spoonful in each color, because that helps bind the paint. It can keep your paints together because the silicone soaks to the bottom, and that's how we have to have a binder, because the silicone just pushes the colors all over the place. So it's nice to have a binder. Like I said, this is experimenting stuff because I've never really used to do pours that much. So anyway, let's just get started, y'all. Okay, ready? Here we go. And I think I'm just going to do a pour instead of a flip cup. So let's try that. That looks pretty, guys. I'm not trying to get quiet on you. Just trying to get her going. And sometimes it's good to torch it first so you can pop some bubbles before you start spinning it. Like I said, you gotta do this kind of fast. You don't want to burn the paint. You're just trying to pop the air bubbles. I can see some lacing starting to happen in the little cream color I have. I'll bring it up a little so you guys can see that. And let's just toss it around. And see, I can already see that I don't have a lot of that chocolate. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe add some more. And we'll just move it around. I'm glad I mixed these paints up earlier because I just don't want to keep these 20-minute videos going for you guys. Okay, I want them shorter than that. Well, that looks really nice, you guys. I don't know if I want to do anything else to it. But I am going to add a little bit of the chocolate, I suppose. Let's see. Because I have a lot of cream in there. And I mixed the chocolate with some water. And I can see how that's turning out not so great. We will run it down. Actually, it's not bad. It's really pretty. So on that note, I'm going to add the chocolate that I had in a cup because I don't want any more water on there. Let's see what that was. Have a little chocolate in there. And I'll move my cup in a minute. I'm trying to get this on the side here in that cream colored because it's got too much cream in it. I'm actually kind of making little ribbons with this cream colored, or the chocolate color here. Okay. Kind of like that. Spin it around, toss and turn it. And sometimes if you do this too much, your cells stretch out and they look too big and kind of funny. So I'm going to try to actually blow this little chocolate circle up there and see what kind of design I can get. Some of these chocolate circles. Kind of pretty. I'm going to stretch that chocolate a little bit more, maybe go off the page with it. Okay, let's wipe my hands here. I'm going to mix this a little bit because I'm not liking the way this looks here. So you could take a stick. Sometimes I use like this little pointer thing and the little rubby things like this with the little rubber things, and move things around because you kind of want a different design. But I know people, you're telling me, don't overwork it, don't overwork your painting. You're always overworking your painting. I can't help it, y'all. I like playing with it. It's too fun not to. Okay, so now I can see those cells coming out in the cream colors. Our little baby cells. This is a nice one. You guys, I'll have to take you down there and see that. Okay. Let me take you down so you can take a look-see. I'm trying to get some focus here. I'm in my own way with the light. There we go. That is some nice cell action going on. I'm actually a little shaky. Maybe I had too much coffee, you guys. Okay. And see that tiny little, some of those dots, and when it spreads out like this, really small, it's almost like a webbing. You get like a little webbing when your cells get small, and you got a lot of extra dots. And then after I put a little gold in here, and I let that dry, I'll put this up on YouTube for you guys, and then I will put some resin on it or a top coat. I'm shading myself, so sorry everybody. All right, let's get ready for the gold. I was getting ready to put some gold design on here, but I realized after looking at it a little closer, I don't have as much chocolate in there. I know I like the painting, but the client requests, oops, sorry guys, I bumped you, more chocolate. And I also noticed there isn't much tangerine color in there. I don't see any at all, actually. I think I ran it right off the side. So I don't want to mess with these cells over here because it's really pretty. And so I think I'm going to take the chocolate up this side. And let's see what we can get. There's some dots, and maybe a little bit in this blue over here. Take it off the... There we go. Oh boy, it looks pretty. I'm getting the chocolate in there. Now we'll try a little of this tangerine color. I'm trying to drip it through here. It's really hard when you can't really see exactly. The colors seem to get different when you actually put it on a painting because they start blending when you do these kind of pours. The colors do blend, and next thing you know, like if your red will look pink because you have too much white in your painting or whatever. So it's really hard to get that tangerine in there. I'm not really even sure if once it dries, if it's going to look like tangerine or not. And I can see that I'm going to have to pour it on here because dripping it off here isn't quite getting it. I don't want my colors to muddle. Now, what I'm going to do, since this chocolate over here seems to be too like a block of chocolate, I'm going to mix this up here, what I had left in this cup, with these other colors, and see if I can make that block not so all chocolatey. I'm going to put a ribbon in there. This is what we call ribbons, which is just little strings of color that you can add to your painting, like that. Because you don't want this, I don't want this big old block of chocolate, even though the chocolate's really pretty, but it's nice if you can add a ribbon or two. And I hope I'm not overworking it, but I do want to, I don't want this, a couple of dark chocolate blocks with no designs on them, and then I can actually add the gold in there too with the ribbons. It'll be pretty. Okay, you know what? I don't want to keep messing with it, you guys. I think it looks pretty like that. Okay, so I'm going to take the gloves off and let's add some of the gold. Let's see here. I don't want to get too quiet on you guys, but I just want to try to get this pretty paints. I see a little bubble in there, and that's just fine. Sometimes it's bigger than the other. Okay, now we're going to take this string and we're going to pull it through like that. I'm doing one down here. And I like odd numbers. I think that they're more desirable. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. And I think that's the interior designer in me coming out. But you know what? Everybody, I feel like it's a personal preference. There are no really rules. It's what you want in your home or what colors that you like. I mean, after all, this is your life, right? And you want to live it your way and you like your colors. And, you know, I don't think that anybody should say like, oh, well, I know that some colors go good together, but I don't think anybody should actually say, oh, don't do that or don't use this or this. They can give you some advice and you could try it, and if you don't like it, that's one thing. But if you do like it, that's completely another, because that's you. That's your design. That's what you want. And the only thing that I would say as far as where interior design goes, too many colors in one room can kind of look busy. You don't want things to look really busy. So you shouldn't have too many colors going on. Okay, I'm going to torch the bubbles out of there and put this up on YouTube for you guys. Come on, bubble. There you go. All right, everybody. And then I'm going to take you over here. What I do, too, is after the paint settles for just a minute, we'll get down here and look first. It looks pretty good. I like it, you guys. It's looking good. Big cells, little cells. I see a couple double cells. That's what I call a little double cell right there when they're kind of all two together like that. A little one in the middle. And what I do, oh, look at that chocolate and that turquoise right there. That's really pretty. Of course, I'm shading myself, everybody. It's really pretty. What I do is I take it and I put it in a plastic bin. Of course, it's darker over here. And I cover it up so that we don't get any dust in there or whatever. And then that way the painting is more professional looking. It looks better. Okay, I'm going to put this up on YouTube. Thanks for having coffee with me, guys, at my art table. Ciao, everybody.